infrastructure on these sites. At Saqqara, at Abu Sir, at Dashur, at Giza, we have evidence for very complex systems of what I can only call channeled blocks, these U-shaped blocks that are below the floor level. You have this infrastructure of essentially piping that runs all under these sites. It's all over the place at Abu Sir. We see evidence for it, Giza, Saqqara, like all these old kingdom sites. Not something you ever see on the later sites. These are the oldest of sites, and sometimes using fairly exotic stone types like granite or white calcite or alabaster. And a lot of those stones show evidence for machining. There's a great example at Saqqara of machined alabaster U-shaped channeled blocks that are beneath the floor tiles. It was prized for its white color. It's an expensive stone to try and use. It's difficult to obtain. White calcite, you actually have to dig all the way to the source of the natural spring. So it's wherever that was, it's not like an easy stone to get to. In that case, what is this stuff doing buried beneath the floor level where it's never going to be seen? Like, might have had a functional purpose, like choosing particular types of stone, like basalt, granite, limestone, white calcite, even quartzite in some places, and in particular orders. And
wild.
And then we see that also at Abu Sir and other places where you have like crumbling basalt, and this happens in nature, right? But it takes literally millions of years of exposure. Basalt and these other igneous stones that are formed in the heat of like lava and formed over millions of years of compression and heat in the earth. I mean, you can expose them to millions of years of sunlight, and okay, they're going to erode and degrade over time, but we're talking about cut surfaces of stone that are doing that. And they're originally finished. And so at Abu Sir, for example, you have basalt that's been cut, and then it was cased in limestone. So it's like, it was surrounded by limestone, but those mating surfaces are now crumbling and falling apart. Now, it's pure speculation, but was it heat cycling? Was there something going through it? I mean, I do have a video where we were playing with like a very high voltage electromagnetic sort of field generator device, and we were testing different types of stone, and they have different electromagnetic properties. Like granite doesn't do anything. You can get arcs coming off limestone and then somewhat of an arc coming off basalt. So they do have different properties under different conditions. And, is it possible that those were some of these properties of the stone were things that were being chased by the builders for a functional purpose?
Right.
I love these ideas. And I know Chris Dunn is exploring some of those in some of his theories and his work. He certainly knows a lot more about it than I do. Again, I'm trying to illustrate that there may be reasons for that type of stone, and some